Bamcast podcast. The Bamcast, as always, is the home of the anti-PC. Shout out to Bumdraw Physics and Prismatic Verse for the lovely intro that you guys just saw. Alright, all their links are in the bio. Follow myself and the co-host on Instagram, Twitter, everywhere you get that shit.
I'm
at Bamcast.
Yeah, he's at the Bamcast. I'm at Bob _ dammit.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Go again.
DAMMIT. Bob _ dammit. Or
this,
just I think on Instagram.
This is a Bob and Bam episode, which means it's fairly.
If you're watching, yes, I am wearing the same shirt as last week. It's a nice shirt.
If
you have a problem with that, go fuck yourself.
It's a fairly free-ranged episode. It's gonna be just
free range is chicken.
It might as well be. It might as well be that we're eating greens.
Out in them fields.
It's gonna be a strong episode. We've been out in them fields. I haven't seen this man in 2 weeks. I'm accustomed for a bit, and then we can get
this
into
nigga
the
out here carrying belly.
How you mean? Someone will know. Ew, belly.
That's what Jamaicans call feelings. Carrying feelings.
I refuse to carry belly.
Well, that's what you're doing.
No, ew. Alright,
stop.
cool. Never mind.
Exactly.
No, what are you talking about? I'm gonna nag him though. Hey everyone, it's the Bamcast. New episode. Thank you, Bumdraw. Prismatic. You guys don't know.
Alright, Martin still have a big up holiday for you.
I have a reason for that, and we're not gonna.
Okay.
What's up, Bobby V?
Yeah.
I ain't seen you in a minute.
My dad in the struggle.
I don't feel like you're in a struggle, or at least not.
What's his life but the eternal struggle? There's a story in the news. There's a story in the news of a guy in India who's suing his parents because he didn't give consent to be born.
What?
Yeah. Him suing his parents for bringing him into a world of suffering. Real life, you can do your Googles on BBC.
What?
Yeah. Man said, yeah, he understands you cannot ask an unborn child for consent. However, him never give him consent. So how dare his parents bring him into this world? Him never asked to be born. Then bring him here for suffer.
You remember Rick and Morty? Mr. Meeseeks?
Yeah.
Meeseeks are not born fumbling in this world, stumbling for meaning, Jerry.
Yep.
We are born with a singular purpose.
Singular.
To which we will go forth anything to fulfill.
Mm-hmm.
That guy took that shit to the extreme. Like, how dare you have me?
Yeah,
I did not elect to be in this suffering.
Exactly.
Does he have any gain, ground? Is he making any traction?
I never really read into it in that.
Come on, how do you say that and not read into it?
No, I'm just like this nigga. Whatever him smoking, I need to avoid
see that.
it.
I'd be reading in for days.
Whatever him smoking, I don't really want much of it.
Not even a little bit.
I said I don't want much. Just much. Just a scooch. Just a scooch of it.
Overs. Oh, by the way, for those of you who are watching, yes, the layout's different. Bob and Bam episodes will always have a different behind-the-scenes rougher feel. Because it's
This is
us.
where we experiment.
I was going to say it's the minds behind the Bamcast, but it's really the mind.
It's just
the Judas sheep.
It's the Judas goat.
Judas goat.
I'm like Judas sheep.
Alright, for those of you who don't know what the Judas goat
Judas
is,
goat,
in countries where goats are an invasive species, they capture a singular goat, okay, and they sterilize it.
They capture a bunch of the male goats.
No, it's not a bunch. It's one.
Just one.
It's one because goats have a tendency to find their own. They're herd animals.
Mm-hmm.
So you capture one, spay it, put a GPS collar on it, and let it go. It will always find its friends. But once it finds its friends, and you have that on GPS, the man them come over with a helicopter and just and then the goat, and then everybody else is dead, and the goat goes, "What the fuck?" and moves on to find more friends. And as it finds friends, that must be such a horrible life. Every time he finds friends,
Judah.
How does it feel being Judas, Bobby?
I'm not. I never sell out for
Judas God.
Brother, last week you were stretching your legs as a newfound podcast producer extraordinaire.
Word.
Okay. So
word.
Shut your fucking face. Stop carrying belly.
I don't know, man.
Stop griping. Stop wifing at me.
I'm going to keep wifing at you. I haven't seen my best friend in 2 weeks. I'm going to wife at him. Is that not a fair thing to wife about?
And we were going to watch the fights, But what him name? What's him face name?
How on earth does Robert
Whittaker get a hernia.
not get a hernia, but get like diagnosed and put into surgery 6 hours before the card start?
That mean him shit was falling out, brother.
I know what not to like care about, you know, the people don't know about the sport, but just imagine like a person showing up to the office and on Monday they show up perfect health, fit, ready, past all the medicals. Tuesday morning, say he's supposed to sign in at 8:30. At 7 o'clock, you hear the dog's belly is falling out. Like literally stomach is falling out through his navel.
Yeah.
Oh, yo,
Hernias. Bro.
0 to 100 in like, wow.
Dog, I remember.
That's insane, dog.
When Barrow did go pass out in the hotel bathroom from the weight cut.
That was from masochistic tendencies.
From the weight cut.
Nobody that walk around at 170 pounds
should be
supposed to
fighting at 135.
That's ridiculous.
Kenan Bahau, man. What you mean?
And he the killer from Brazil. with you know the
but that's why
the Mexican supplement.
It's shit like that why UFC banned or something. Or you said them banned intravenous
IVs,
rehydration.
IV rehydration. No, that's not why. They didn't ban IV rehydration because of the fact that athletes could cut more weight.
I thought it was because niggas was pushing themselves too far.
No, it's that IVs, because they come through plastic tubes, come with a certain amount of chemicals that automatically make certain things not detectable. So when you use an IV, you could use certain drugs, wash your veins, and you automatically can't test for certain things. So that's why the man them did ban IV.
Okay.
It is a drug maintenance thing, straight.
But that's like even for you when you were going to fight at 155.
I never made it.
And piss blood.
I never made it. I got to like 160.
Exactly, because you were 190 at the time.
Yeah, walking around at 192. I never made that. What? I wanted to win.
Hashtag feed Martin. Your skinny days when you were just ahead.
Yo, the man them made a whole hashtag called hashtag Feed Martin that trended on Twitter for a bad 2 hours, and I had people coming up to me at Yui going hashtag Feed Martin. I'm like what the hell?
Hungry. You need to eat.
Man had goals.
People, hear me now. The man sent me a picture in breakfast one day, right? And it's about 6 pieces of celery with some peanut butter in it.
Shit was bomb. Right? That
was breakfast, right?
That shit was bomb.com.
Followed by 2 gallons of water.
That shit was. I still drink that much water. It's just a habit at this point. I had kidney stones when I was 7 years old.
What the fuck? Did you only drink like gravel?
No, it's
what the fuck? The fuck you have kidney stones at 7, man?
I shit you not, right? I was in you know what them say like, yo, certain things just register in your mind forever. Pain are one of them things there. You know what I mean?
Of course.
All right. Let me turn this up.
Like I remember
turn me up in the crew.
Like
turn me up in the headphones cruise.
A childhood pain memory. I remember one where I had a stomach cramp so bad one night as a child that they were going to carry me to the hospital. I still don't know to this day what it was that happened to me.
Nah, it's a hell of a thing, dog. It's a hell of a thing.
But I remember that pain.
It's humbling when you get like terrified of pain. Like pain, some women, I know.
Women have better pain tolerance. Big up y'all niggas.
All of us, right?
Us men.
On a scale of pain threshold, apparently, according to women who have had both, it goes like breaking bones, childbirth, and like big kidney stones. So
I hear like medically bone pain is like the worst pain you can feel.
It's third on the scale because pregnancy tends to incorporate some of that, and then kidney stones is like a stone going through nephrons.
Yeah,
you did bio. Yeah.
That's the convoluted distal tubules.
That shit's ridiculous.
And
but
nephrons,
I remember,
nephrology.
this is how young I was. All right, it was on TV. It was the premiere. Right, I was watching Dexter's Laboratory movie, the one where he goes through like history and shit. and you get like young Dexter, old Dexter, future Dexter,
I don't
all
think I
that
did
shit.
watch that.
And then you have Mandark, who also goes through all that shit. This is 90s shit. I was 7 and I was playing with Lego. I had just taken out a green mat to like build a city, and I remember it, and like my head started hurting and my side started hurting, and I wasn't sure. And I went to my mother in their room and I went, I don't feel so good. And then hell descended upon me. It was like 10 o'clock. Hell descended upon me, dog. I was crying. I passed out a couple times. I didn't know what, I vomited. I didn't know what the fuck to do. Go to the hospital. Waiting in pain this whole time. Go into a room. Find out, oh, you have kidney stones, but him too small to do anything about it. So you just have to pass it.
No.
So it's just hours of like contorting and in pain and it hurt so bad I got cold. It hurt so bad I felt cold, and I would find positions to just be comfortable in cold. It didn't even hurt anymore. I was just cold.
Nah, brother.
And like 9 hours
Me not
later,
pass that.
9 hours later, past that shit, never again in my life have I like
What?
not consumed
Do you have a?
water.
It's because you never drink enough water as a youth.
I don't know. It might just be, I never like followed up on it. It might just be a genetic thing. Because like pops, yo, I passed my kidney stones
At 7,
at 7.
drinking gravel.
Pops once had, like, we have the thing upstairs. We can like take pictures and show you. Pops once had kidney stones so motherfucking bad, dog, in his side. Surgery never worked. So the man them hit
Surgery
him.
never worked.
So the man them hit him with ultrasounds
Yeah,
to
well,
break
ultrasound
it
make
up.
more sense.
It was big. So it was like they had to operate to like, and then ultrasound it.
Damn.
It's like you talking about drink gravel making joke. It was stones, like stones.
Your father really out there drinking gravel.
Bruh, Martin currently consumes at least a gallon of water a day, and I piss enough, and I
That's what I'm
never
saying,
having
must piss
that
like
again.
a horse, bro.
I never I piss like a pregnant woman. I never I never having that shit again, son. Fuck that. Man.
Yeah,
What's like
man.
one of them young pains? You already said one, but do you have anything that like stuck out even more in your mind?
I mean, I've
like
been
a
lucky
bust
enough.
head or a
I never,
bust ass or a
I've never
stitches.
broken a bone. Yeah, you've broken multiple.
Yeah, fuck off. Don't out me. I never
But
said anything.
I do remember one morning before I got ready early. Before my grandmother was ready to carry me to school, I must say, alright, I gotta ride my bicycle.
You got ready before school and decided to ride your bicycle?
Yeah, in my car key. I said I gotta ride my bicycle in the yard.
Thoughts I've never had.
I said I gotta ride a bicycle in my yard. I was ready like she wasn't ready yet. I was like, yo, mama, go do something fun before I have to go to prison. School, you know? So
I understand.
yeah. So I take out the bicycle, there's a hill in the yard. So I ride down the hill and normally I turn in the yard and go into the garage and do it in reverse just to stay in the yard. I was like 7, 8 at the time maybe. But my uncle's van was in the yard that time. I never really pre this coming down off the hill. So when I reached there now to turn, I said the van, I go, fuck. So I have to get around between the van and the garden wall, the curb wall. So I made it around, but I hit the curb wall. I went flying off into the grass, and when I hit the grass,
For
I
those
skid.
for those of you watching the YouTube video, just
Yeah, no, I just went, just like you just a deep corner and just me flying off, hit the grass, skid, get up,
Calvin
half
and
of
Hobbes
me.
style, just spinning.
No, I just hit, and skid.
Oh, you went.
Yeah, yeah, it was like a Dragon Ball Z thing. Like the man hit me into the ground. Yeah, I just like, and tore it out. Yeah, so I get up, I get up out of the trench in the ground. Half of me is green. Right? Like
For those of you watching, yes, I am editing what we're doing in the live. But anyway, continue.
from my shoulder to my ankle, on one side of my body is green.
Grass stains?
Yeah,
Okay.
before school. So I get cussed on top of the dropping of the grass.
Shit.
But that never
You got
hurt.
grass stains on khaki.
Yeah.
That don't come out.
Brother, when I tell you I was in the grass.
That don't come out.
I
yo.
became part of the grass. But that never hurt. It was just like I did get cussed for it. But the one that they hurt, that they come home one evening after school, same hill in the yard, riding the bicycle. The back brakes never work.
What you say? It's the recurring. It's the recurring backdrop
Yeah.
to your fuck reactions.
Yeah, the back brakes never work on the bicycle. So I ride in the bicycle down there, take off down the hill. But at the gates there's a drainage grate. So unless I hit the middle of it perfectly, the front wheel of the bicycle will drop into the grate.
Wait, hold on. How it was like a wide to stop the tire, or it was like a rough run over?
No, it was
because you
the
know you
wide
have like
grates.
oh, so it was like hit and stop. It wasn't.
No,
like,
I would have. Yeah, it would have dropped into it,
So it wasn't.
and I would have went flying.
So it wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah, but that never happened. So, but I realized I wasn't going to line up properly.
You wasn't gonna hit the middle.
Yeah, so I hit the brakes. I went at front brakes. What happens when you hit the front brakes on a bicycle and you're going fast?
What?
Yes. So
Over
I
the front
went
of the
over the
handlebars.
handlebars, and the first thing to hit the ground was my forehead.
Is that what that is?
No, this was when I was playing Stone War.
What that thing on the eyebrow?
This is when Skeet was throwing the stone at David, and I just happened to be in the middle of
Your-
the throw.
Your friend was called Skeet
No, his last name is government last name is Skeet.
in real life.
Yeah, in high school, Skeet was like 300 pounds. Like, him looked like a silverback gorilla.
Me Skeet.
Like, Skeet wild, man. But after high school, him did start smoke whole heap of weed with grab on him to get Margot. So, he showed me the light to the real dieting secrets.
But you still fat.
Yeah, because I'm not following it.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'm not following that shit.
Nah,
But yeah, no, Skeet. I got this because Skeet was throwing a stone at somebody else. I just happened to be in the middle. I literally was eating my lunch and I turned around into a stone. No, but I hit the front brake on the bicycle and landed on my forehead, and a stone got stuck in my forehead. It didn't break the skin. It just got pushed into my forehead. A tiny pebble.
Like an impression.
Yeah, and I couldn't get it out for a little bit. And dog, I had the worst headache of my entire life.
Yeah, cause your brain is just like, yo, did you just punch me?
Brother,
What the fuck?
I went from on the bicycle to my forehead in like no time. Full force, just whap.
Wildest story of head hitting of anything ever. I don't care if you guys think I'm full of shit. You can message him. You can ask him. I'm sorry. His name's Carl Hendricks. I was in grade 4. I was in grade.
Yeah,
I was in grade. This isn't jokes, dog. This is real. I was in grade 4. Carl fell off the first story, hit the back of his head, and it sounded like a coconut, like, right? So hard. The front, like his forehead over here, over his right eye, bust and was bleeding. He hit the back of his head so hard, the front of him head bust.
Yeah.
And it was like a like bloody movie type of vibe. Like, what the hell, blah, 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 blah. He hit the back of his head so hard, the front of his head went, I'm broke. That is ridiculous.
Dog,
That's
physics,
unbelievable.
physics,
Yeah, of course it's physics, but I mean,
physics, bro.
come on, man.
His brain is jelly, dog.
If you hit the back of your head and the front of your
jelly.
for a bit, I'm back. Okay. If you hit the back of your head,
Jelly brain.
fuck off.
Hashtag jelly brain.
No. No hashtag jelly brain, motherfucker.
What was I saying?
About what in particular?
I don't remember.
You're talking about you.
What's
and
this
Skeet.
podcast about?
No, this podcast is us shooting the shit.
What we're doing?
Shooting the shit. I'm gonna piss you off in a bit and talk about
Please
like
don't.
black histories. I saw a quote.
Actually, yeah, you said you wanted to talk to me about them. I was about to say them niggas, and I was like, this might be an insensitive moment to say them niggas. But it's a soft. It's not a hard R. It's a soft A.
I don't think I want to do this podcast with Bob
It's
anymore.
them thing there. So you did want to talk about
I
you,
feel hurt.
dog. I am a Jamaican, as are you. We're both mongrels.
I am a Jamaican Royal
A
Terrier.
Caribbean Royal
Caribbean
Terrier.
Royal Terrier,
Exactly.
sir. Alright, yo, talk for a second while I look up this clip.
I
It's some. Alright, it's some.
That's a heavy responsibility upon my shoulders.
But I do
I
it for
don't know
every
what to tell the
podcast.
people about.
I do it every podcast.
You
People
get-
love you more than they love me. You know,
You
I just keep the
guys-
podcast going.
You guys need to go.
I understand and I've heard your commentary that you guys don't like me, but you like Bob. But without me,
I can't do this by myself.
I love you guys.
But guys, you should garden or grow something. Mint, basil. Easy things to grow. I started growing sunflowers recently. Those shits are easy. That popped up in like 3 days. Lettuce, I grew that as well. Some seedlings, cause you know, everything is fucking expensive now. Also, you know why in America the motherfuckers getting E. coli poisoning from them lettuce?
Doo-doo.
Cause white people don't wash them fucking food before them eat it. Them don't wash them rice. Them don't wash them meat. Them don't wash them vegetables. Them don't wash nothing. Them just take it out of the package and push it straight out of their mouth. Also, did you know in America it's not what do I say? Federally mandated for you to actually purify the water you use to water your crops? Young lady, you're talking to. Do you know in America you don't have to purify the water you use to water your crops? Yeah. So what? So like the E. coli on the lettuce, they'd have big.
What?
Yeah, they'd have like big ponds
We?
beside the fields where them have the cows. The cows shit and piss in the fields, and eventually it soaks through the earth and seeps into the water, which is right beside.
I want you to repeat all of that because this is a part of edit clip. I want you to repeat all of that eventually. Hold on. Listen, all right. Punch is a punching. Punching in 3, 2. All right. This is what I meant to start the conversation of Black Thought. I'll edit it in here. Hopefully, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not promising you guys.
Leaders that they call leaders. This included Lena Horne. This included Dick Gregory. And this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear. These leaders that they
Illuminati, dog.
included Lena Horne.
It's starting
this included
over.
Dick Gregory. And this included
Illuminati, dog.
Keep-
That's basically what he says.
Don't feel it. But I never thought about that before. Why is it that in the black community we pre people like Richard Pryor, Hannibal Buress, comedians, entertainers, those people as people of leaders, but in the white community, entertainers is entertainers and leaders is leaders, politicians. Why do we intertwine?
I feel like entertainers have to take up the mantle of leadership because they have a wide reach to the people.
Is it not? All right, you say that, but how come
And I mean,
it has to be for black people versus
Black peop-
white communities?
well, all right, who is a leader in a white community?
Mark you guys. I'm completely here playing devil's advocate. I'ma keep, asking contrary points until, you know what I mean?
Look at it this way. A leader in a white community is what? Doctor, lawyer, businessman.
Mm-hmm.
Black people aren't afforded those opportunities, or they weren't.
They weren't.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, they literally just could not have those people as their leaders, because you wouldn't have a black doctor, lawyer, or businessman.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, the most popular person in the black communities
Is who you would
the,
make the leader?
the one who commands the most respect, the one who everybody see and say, yeah man, I know that dog there, I can vouch for that youth, and one who, when him have a message for the people, can get his message to the people. So an entertainer is very easy. I mean, what Malcolm was saying and what Malcolm X was saying in that thing that he played though is true in
Mhm.
that in modern society, like we use celebrity power as a way to drive attraction drive focus
Care, clicks, focus,
Yeah.
business.
to certain topics. So Akon was bringing electricity to a couple 100,000 people in Africa. It's actually a Chinese project. Akon don't have the money to bring that kind of thing to that many people.
Exactly.
But you use celebrity power, you get more people. People are more readily accepting. People are them see something them know, a face them know, they're more willing to go along with it.
But does it actually get stuff done? Is it?
All right.
Hold on, let me get the full question out. Does it actually get stuff done, or is it just a face branding, making it pop? Oh, Akon's doing this. Oh, Fergie's doing this. Oh, Shaggy doing that. Or those things actually get done?
All right, you said Shaggy a while ago. Right? Shaggy have a show in Jamaica.
I was using Shaggy
as
an example
wait,
to
that's what I'm
tie
saying.
back to us.
He's a good example. Shaggy have a show in Jamaica every year where him raise money for
Shaggy
the
and
bus.
Friends.
Yeah, Shaggy and Friends, where him do show for the Bustamante Hospital. The proceeds go to Bustamante Children's Hospital, and the hospital gets the money from it. So that's actually, you can say that is active. That work.
So that's one of four names I just like shut out.
No, but I'm just saying you can see where that works. I'm just saying it's not just to say, but what I'm about to say isn't all-encompassing statement. It's not an absolute.
But you get my so far my question and my stance. How much is this just like Twitter fingers activism versus actually doing something?
No, I get you. I'm about to say that I agree with you that most of it is just a phase. Like, the ones that you hear about are the ones that are least likely to be the ones actively doing something. Plain and simple. You don't hear about Ashton Kutcher fighting.
Out.
Yeah, you don't hear about Ashton Kutcher fighting sexual trafficking. He is. That nigga out here doing shit.
Legit, like
activism, yeah, working with it, like thousands of women.
I never knew that.
Yeah, exactly.
If it bleeds, it leads. You won't know the good stuff, unfortunately.
On the news, yeah. So, and the more coverage of it, most likely is, I mean, put on your foil hats, kids. The media, right? The media literally controls what you think because they control what you see. So they can control what you think about, what there is for you to think about. So if you need the people to think a certain way, you find somebody in a influential position and tell them to support this idea that we need the people to this idea that we need the people to get behind, and they go out and do that, and then suddenly everybody is on board with that idea. Cartel say Clarks price triple. Cartel say bleach, everybody start bleach. Cartel say tattoo, everybody start tattoo. That's why the government put Cartel in prison, because Cartel became too influential over the youth of Jamaica.
You think that the government actively put Cartel in prison? Like,
yeah.
I mean, of course he gave them quote unquote reason to. But you think it was an active, coordinated effort?
Yeah. Mind you, well, first of all, the government prosecuted it, so they actively wanted him to be in prison.
Clearly.
So, but also the court case itself that put him in jail is filled with...
In daycare.
With fuckery.
Is?
It's filled with fuckery.
How so?
The police, I keep saying it every time.
I mean, you could be completely...
The police, the police admitted in open court to tampering with a major piece of evidence, and the evidence was still ruled as admissible.
So that major piece of evidence was something that they used to convict him after saying that they tampered with it?
Yeah.
Free Cartel. Free World Boss.
Exactly.
World Boss!
Exactly. So, and even if I'm wrong, people, even if it was ruled inadmissible,
allegedly,
the fact that the police have proven a propensity to tamper evidence in order to achieve a certain goal should rule everything that them touch after that inadmissible.
Is there no special investigator that's been able to point that out?
I don't know. Cadell been doing him appeal. We don't know what going for that. But we know him come out at night time anyway, so it don't matter.
Daycare.
Exactly. So, whatever.
I'm waiting on the new tune.
It was his influence over the people why they had to get rid of him, I believe. But as I said, the celebrity thing, alright, you need people to donate to Africa. Because, rich white people love poverty porn.
Poverty porn?
Yeah, that's what they call it. Them love seeing the Africans in them dirty rags in them dirty villages with the flies pitching on them lip. And the kids with the soul and belly.
The fly land on them eye, but them too thirsty to blink fast enough.
Yeah. Them love seeing that
Sorry.
shit. So you get a celebrity, In the arms.
No. Don't make me cry. 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 That commercial with the animals will make me cry. I'll punch you in your tit. That commercial will make me cry every time, dog. That commercial will make me cry every time.
50 cents a day can save these dogs.
Many men.
And 25 cents
Many
saves this African
men.
Adopt this random
Wish
African
death
child.
on me, yo. I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. I have to sing something thuggish because you can make me cry.
No.
Go away. Don't sing that shit.
So yeah, Sarah McLachlan is who them put on that. Boom, celebrity to some people. Let me see. Pepsi get Cardi B. Every major
Cardi
consumer brand gets
Cardi
the person
Bizzle.
who is hot at the moment.
Big up Mama Cardi Bizzle.
Yeah, and we know in America, the leading consuming nation in the world, they are ridiculous with them celebrity worship.
Idol worship.
Yeah. So
American Idol worship is a real
every
thing.
celebrity come out with them own brand of everything, and then people go and buy it because them like the celebrity.
Because it could smell the same.
Yeah.
It could taste the same. It could be the same product, just marketed under a different name, and they'll buy it.
Just because a certain celebrity say, "Yo, I use this," or "This is mine, come buy it." So I believe that the powers that be
was one of the funnier. I use this, so you should use it too. Gal Gadot was like sponsored by Huawei.
It's not Gal Gadot.
It's Gal Gadot. She was sponsored by Huawei, and one of her tweets promoting Huawei
Was from my iPhone.
nigga.
Yeah. I saw.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but no cool person's gonna use a Huawei.
who's using Android, you peasant.
Me. What you
I
mean?
use an Android.
iPhone.
Somebody today with
iPhone
an
is for
iPhone
teenage
10,
girls.
Somebody today with an iPhone 10 went, "Oh my god, it's so annoying. I can't do X," and I'm just like, doom from the barber's chair, right? Like
My G.
it just fits me.
I'm gonna tell
better.
you something. The fact that I can't even download a song and set it as my ringtone to the iPhone is enough to make me say make me know I don't need it. Like the fact that I can't, if I want to make a song my ringtone.
But you a broke boy.
So what that mean?
Where's your what's it?
My
Where's
AirPods.
Where's your AirPods and your Apple Watch and your iPhone?
You know I fundamentally bun Apple as a company.
Yeah, I do.
I bun them for overpricing mediocre equipment. Cause that's what it is. It just look nice.
It does look nice.
That's it. So people are paying for aesthetics. Fine if you want to do that.
They're
big
paying.
up
They're,
you.
they're
I
paying for
don't agree with
aesthetics
that.
and the logo.
Yeah, you're paying for form over function. I prefer function over form.
No. You're paying for at that price bracket. You're paying for exclusivity.
No, not everybody have a fucking iPhone. There's no exclusivity. with
Not
an
everybody
iPhone.
have AirPods. Like everybody can have an iPhone.
Everybody's getting AirPods. It's the thing.
Everybody can have an iPhone, and it became a joke of the iPhone. Oh my God, you guys still have a home button? And then AirPods came about. So exclusivity is what drives the sheep. Sorry,
Yeah,
the Apple people.
Yes, form over function. Them just need it to look good and be different, and be more expensive. Not necessarily more effective as a cell phone or more effective as a tablet, or more effective
Specifically
as whatever.
more expensive.
Yeah, it just has to be, as you say, better, socially viewed as being better or a higher class.
Socially higher up the hierarchy.
Yeah, than
So if someone
than
has
the
an
majority.
if someone has an iPhone 6 and they're listening to their iPhone 6 with like Bose headphones, those headphones are quality, and the DAC from the 6S is quality, but it will be looked down upon versus somebody with like a 7 and AirPods.
And AirPods, yeah.
Just because of the
Money.
optics.
Yeah, but that's why I bought Apple. Like,
Oh, I'm not arguing with you burning Apple.
the Android cell phones give you better at the same price bracket as an iPhone. You can get an amazing Android that is better than most laptops.
Doesn't matter.
It won't be as pretty.
Doesn't have the Apple's logo. Won't integrate as well because there is something,
iPhones still
there
don't have a
is
front-facing flash, you know.
There is There is something to
Like,
be said.
Like I just like to
about
point that out
integration.
to people. Front iPhones to this day still have not come out with a phone with a front-facing flash. Something as simple as that. Just, you know why? So them can sell a case with lights around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Money, I hate them. Why them charges break after
Man said,
15
"Buddy, I
days?
hate them."
Yeah.
Because that's how you become $1 billion company. Sell shitty
You sell
chargers
shitty
and
peripherals.
sell shitty peripherals to 1 billion people who will have to replace it at
And then
least
throttle
once,
your old devices to force people to buy the new ones.
which people disagreed upon until it was proved by the FCC, and they got sued that they actually
They throttle their old
they
devices.
slow down their. It's called
Planned obsolescence.
yeah, slowing down your old devices when you release a new one is illegal, and it's called planned obsolescence, and it's an actual ongoing federal prosecution that like the man's them is dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not even speculation anymore; it real.
Mm-hmm.
But it don't matter.
To force you to buy the new thing.
Your phone don't have an Apple logo on it, so it's garbage.
Fine. And your laptop don't have an Apple logo on it. It's garbage.
What are you talking about? You think,
Yeah,
sir?
you have a tablet.
I
You
have
have a tablet.
I have an Android phone.
You have a tablet.
I have an Android tablet.
Yeah.
I have a Windows laptop.
And they're all
Do
three
I
different
look
platforms.
like I am running down
You were going
any
to talk
cloud?
about integration. Apple has that.
Apple has amazing
the vertical integration.
But like me personally,
I don't need that.
I speaking as a man who used to change his phone every 3 months.
Our
you
friend
remember that?
France Roy, if he could get an Apple car, he'd be good.
If he could get an
As a
Apple
matter of
Heart,
fact, him start him car from him watch.
If he could
Don't.
get an Apple Heart like pacemaker, if you get an Apple
He's
pacemaker, that
sponsored
would-
by Apple.
Man, you know how when you get some people get the
French
you know,
Montana.
you know when some people get the the immunization shot, they get a little sink.
Yeah.
If you could get an immunization shot and it reforms into the Apple logo,
He'd be good.
boom,
Yeah, him
Sponsored.
like Hitman of the barcode. Him want the Apple logo in the back of him. Head.
big
That's what I
facts.
need. French Roy.
With like a barcode that goes 01, original. Love you, friends. When you guys get this episode, Club Diamonds would have dropped last week.
Yeah.
So,
Hi.
love you, boo. Love you,
Yeah.
friends. Club Diamonds, shout out.
Big up.
Fantastic clothing. I just don't feel like fat men would like look good.
I mean, I'm just here. Them need to drop them female lines still.
Why?
Because the male line looks very nice. I'd like to see nice female clothing on women.
How many female brands are exclusively female? Why we can't have an exclusively nice male brand?
I'm okay with sharing.
But what about
Why you
exclusivity?
hating? I don't really care for exclusivity.
But I'm not hating. Don't get me
You
wrong.
know, the only exclusivity I
Don't
want
get
in
me wrong.
life is like to live by myself, like in the bush, away from humans.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the female line. They should, of course, do what they want, diversify if they want. But there's so many brands, there's so many lines that are exclusively female. Why is it an issue that Club Diamonds is exclusively male?
It's not. I don't find that issue. I just think that woman would I look good in a clothes will look good, and Club Diamonds make clothes will look good. So why not? Why not make more money?
Cause Club Diamonds can be the clothes for the man them.
But they can be the clothes for everybody.
But exclusivity also drives sales.
I get that, but why you can't be exclusive for both genders?
But
If you're offended by that, go fuck yourself.
no, I'm not offended by it at all.
Not you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
When I said both genders.
Overs. I'm just saying, right? Like, I understand people to say like, oh, why don't you have like a female line? Da, 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 da. But if a company presents itself in its slogan to you as men's fashion, why do you then ask them to be like, oh, include me? They've told you what they are. They've told you their goal, and they're currently cornering and killing the market. I'm Martin and I am me. Oh, but why you don't include blue? It's like, because I told you what we are. Either you sit at the table or you don't. Not arguing with their exclusion. They can like expand, exclude. They can do whatever they want. I'm just, being devil's advocate here. If they've told you I am A, and you go, why do you include B? Because I've told you I'm A. You get me? Does it make sense?
Yeah, but at the same time,
Not thinking about the bread, not thinking about the money, just thinking about this is my brand. This is what I've set my brand as.
fine. But
Why
I'm
am I
not-
deviating from my brand?
Because you can expand your brand. Isn't that what every business wants? Expansion and growth.
Business also have diversification. So you have Club Diamonds for the man them, and then you have Club whatever,
So what, Club Rubies for the woman now?
Club Spades, whatever. I don't know. I'm just diamond. No, diamonds are the dudes. I mean hearts, whatever. You know what I mean? But like, if you've
Yes.
if hearts, club hearts for the ladies. But if you've already cultivated,
Ruby.
right? If you've already cultivated a brand for A, why dilute it?
Why is it diluting? How is it diluting?
Because this is A.
But I
That
don't.
is-
But I don't see how your view depends on the diversification weakening the original brand.
Not weakening.
Yes, your entire argument based on it. As you said, dilute. You talk about
Spreading attention, diluting. Alright, yeah, makes sense. Makes
so
sense. Yeah.
and I don't see it as weakening. I see it as literally. All right, look at it this way.
You look
You
at this
currently
as
have-
radical inclusivism.
You literally go from right now. You have two avenues of sales basically.
Mm-hmm.
Man who buy clothes for themselves, woman who buy clothes for them man. Matter of fact, three, cause some women buy the man clothes and wear it for themselves
Mm-hmm.
because it fit the car. There's no female brand as it is. You have three avenues of sale, right there. So, say you open a female brand. Now you have added to that. Woman will buy from the female brand for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Man will buy from the female brand for them woman.
Mm-hmm.
And you will still maintain the woman who will still buy from the male clothing. Because I'm sure there will be certain designs specific to certain genders. I
But-
highly doubt there will be many men buying from the female section.
Certain designs
So now you have
specific to
five.
certain genders.
Yeah.
You are incorporating what I've said and like saying
Fine,
it like,
exactly,
like,
middle
like,
ground.
Like it.
No. You're saying we don't need to split it up. I'm saying we can
No,
still
no.
split it up.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm saying that you should split it up, meaning you should have, for example, right? We're just working with this. You have Club Diamonds for the men, Club Hearts for the women, just right, and then there are certain patterns, as Toussaint told us, that are intergender. It's just the cut that differentiates it. So you have A,
Right.
you have B.
No, so you fine.
then-
I'm not saying that's exact. It's exclusively how I would do it. That you only have female patterns and male patterns. And obviously, you'd have shared things between them, but you can still
Yeah.
have exclusive patterns for the genders.
Yeah.
Since you still want exclusivity, since that's your
Yeah.
problem.
No, it's not a problem. Don't say problem
No,
because then
your
people will
problem-
jump on my thing. It's just making it sell better.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not a problem. It's
you-
just like a
fine.
thought of you have
You
A,
still
you
want
have
it
B,
exclusive.
and you can have you have exclusive to A, you have exclusive to B,
Yeah.
but you
Draw a
also
Venn
have
diagram, B.
exactly the Venn diagram is what I'm saying. You have A, you have B, and then you have in this boom. That's legitimately what I'm saying. But it doesn't seem as though people can live with that. It seems
And
like
people on
it
Twitter cussing about it.
it seems like it must not be A, it must not be B, it must be like a radical inclusion of everything. But no. I don't agree with
I don't give a
that.
fuck if listen, if Club Diamonds want to stay straight male clothes, just male clothing
not-
alone.
we're
I don't
not-
give a fuck.
Club Diamonds do what they want. We're just, arguing
No,
about
I'm
the
But
ideology.
yeah, I'm just saying, if anybody want to do it for them thing,
Of course.
I can only have my ideas. If I
And
was in this
what is-
situation, this is what I would
if
do.
you were in the situation, what would your ideas be?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
My
I'm
ideas would-
no, I'm
yeah, that's what I'm
asking
saying. My ideas wouldn't necessarily be the same in the situation. But if I was in that situation,
you. Yeah.
I would have do what I'm saying. I would have diversified.
Just split it all up.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would I do? And maybe this would play into what you were saying. I would maybe cut down on the amount of lines I have in the male section. So if I have 6 lines, if I have 6 different collections for male, I probably cut it down to 4 and the 4 for women.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to the 8. So I guess that would tie into your assumed weakening of the original thing. I'm just saying that's how you presented it, sir.
I know, but when you use terms like the weakening,
The assumed weakening.
triggered words
Why
for you
you
to be like,
triggered
yeah,
them?
Martin's like, oh, da, 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 da. I know
So,
what you're saying.
Why you feel? Why you care about what other people gonna say? You know what you meant when you said it.
Oh yeah, I know. I care about you setting me up, nigga.
Not said it like that. And I said the thing said.
Where are we? Oh fuck it, we're 45 minutes. We can keep this shit going somewhere. Bobby,
Sucks.
gonna talk about pop culture for a bit.
I don't know about it.
Talking about Game of Thrones. I don't know about it either right now. Game of Thrones comes back in April. It is currently. Bomba. I feel like I should change the
Wow.
topic. Like I
No,
shouldn't
sorry,
talk about.
dog. The boom that I had earlier is wearing off.
Jano, dog. I feel like if I feel shame.
But yeah, Game of Thrones. So I have the fuckers right here. Jon Snow.
Game of Thrones episode comes back
What is
in
bitch
April.
name?
Jon
Ice
Snow,
King.
Night's King,
Night's King.
Daenerys.
And
Uh,
the bitch queen.
the bitch. No, that should be Cersei. But yeah, it comes back in April. It's currently February.
Mm-hmm.
You get 3 to 4 big trailers. How much months do we have between February and April, Bob?
2.
When are we gonna get 3 to 4 trailers, Bob?
1 a week, starting March.
And
probably.
it's the final season.
Hmm?
The budget for episode 1 to 3 of the final season
Mm-hmm.
is the budget for season 1 to 3. An episode gets a budget. The biggest filmed sequence battle that we've had in Game of Thrones is Battle of the Bastards, John and Ramsay. That's 3 days. Currently, the man them have a fight sequence that took 3 weeks to film. The budget's bigger, the episodes is bigger.
They're gonna be the White Walkers.
Bro, if an episode has the budget of a season and it took 3 weeks.
1 did that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he didn't make it to the sea.
Yes, he did. 1 did make it to the sea, brother.
And he died.
Didn't he?
I don't know, he died.
I feel like 1 made it to the
They
sea.
said 1-1 to the sea and then he
I
died.
feel like 1 made it to the sea, bro.
But he also
I
died.
don't know.
Don't matter. 1-1's dead.
I miss 1.
1-1 was the last of the giants. There are no more giants.
Yeah, I miss 1, bro.
1-1 to the sea.
To the sea.
Why'd you like 1-1 to the sea so much, man?
Like, it's hilarious. I mean, middle of 1-1 to the sea. All right, so I'm out, bitch. Fuck these zombie ass motherfuckers. I'm out to the sea. My nigga said to the sea. I'm to the sea.
Yeah, we're gonna like time this shit up until like the first episode of Game of Thrones, and we're gonna do 1 episode a week where we just talk about seasons.
What was the name of that?
Bitches.
Hard Home was the episode where everybody did get shelled.
Everybody gets shelled, and then like this guy did the come at me, bro,
On the
and
beach.
raised them all up on the beach, and like
Dog, that
people
shit was terrifying, man. Yeah.
You're welcome, cause you wouldn't watch that shit till I made you watch it, and I went, "Yo, Bob fought pretty,"
Dog.
and everyone went,
It's a
and it's
bunch
like,
of dead bodies.
"Oh, hard home."
Dog, no, man. Is when this at the end where the camera zoom out and you saw like the beach all the way around.
back up to the hill, around the hill and thing, and it's
Yeah.
just bodies.
Yeah.
It's just body.
Dog, when them niggas come south of the wall, you know, dog, I eat that, you know. The throne go fall, you know.
Man's got a whole.
There's an ice dragon.
Man's got a whole dragon
They have an ice dragon.
blowing down the wall,
Then
and
it has
just
2 fire dragons. There's 1 ice dragon. What
think.
will happen?
All right, think about this, like logically from a mathematical standpoint. And I know we're talking about Game of Thrones, but just pretty real world for a second. All right, the amount of people who are currently alive pales in comparison to the amount of people who have died.
Yeah.
If we was to have an army of everyone who has ever died from the history of Everdom versus everyone who is currently alive in the history of Everdom, it is 7-1. And I legitimately know that from doing math. It is 7-1. Nigga. And the man do this. And
Yes,
them
raise
get
them
up.
on.
And them
Sure.
get up. And them
And kill
There-
everybody. I'm
there
telling you,
there
dog, it's
is
gonna be
there is
amazing.
an animated movie that's currently under
I hope
production.
Cersei dead, bud.
Yeah, me too. I hope Jamie kill her bad. It has to be
Trust you,
Jamie.
well.
It has to be Jamie.
I don't care who do it.
Chef dead bad.
I hope is fucking Arya.
No, it has to be Jamie, or it won't be as much poetic justice because of the whole prophecy.
I don't care. The bitch queen must die.
I thought she was the bitch queen.
Nah, she's my G.
She's a G. She's just the bitch.
Yeah, that is because her Funko is the bitch because she keeps falling over.
So she is that bitch.
Okay, that bitch. The
Okay.
nurse. She was born in a storm, hence the name Stormborn.
Boom. That bitch. Cersei is just the bitch.
Dog. There are certain characters in shows that I've watched throughout my life that just make me
Say the word cunt.
like
And it
I hate
makes
the
sense.
actor. Like if I see Lena Headey in another role, I hate her. Bun her.
You hate her just because.
Zachary Quinto, I bun him.
Zachary Quinto, what was the role he played that made you bun him?
Sylar in Heroes.
Oh yeah, no, for that guy.
Dog,
For that guy.
he pits me off.
I didn't even know his real name was that. I thought he was
had
just
a
Silo.
visceral hatred
Yeah,
for
no,
that.
for
man.
that guy. For that guy.
And then I come see him as Spock in Star Trek. I went,
For
"Dog,
that
I
guy,
need to
for
like,
that guy,
I need
for
to
that
like
guy,
this movie,
For that guy.
but I fucking hate you, Sylar, and I wish you would die.
Ramsay Bolton from Game of Thrones.
That nigga will only ever be Ramsay.
Fuck you.
Joffrey.
Joffrey.
Fuck
you.
You
Like, we ain't coming back. Like,
yeah.
you are fantastic actors, but there's certain things I'll always see as. And it's not only negative. It's not only
I
negative.
mean, Daniel Radcliffe, no matter how he
Harry
has
Potter.
done other good movies and played other good roles.
I was
he's
about
only
to say
been Harry
Hermione
Potter.
Granger, no matter what she does.
Emma Watson.
Hermione Granger.
Exactly.
Benedict Cumberbatch. I don't care how awesome he is as Doctor Strange.
Sherlock.
Sherlock, my nigga.
Yeah.
It's just certain
Bendy
things.
face cucumber snatch.
Johnny Depp will always be Jack Sparrow, even though
Really?
he's also Edward Scissorhands.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah,
Johnny Depp,
but
him kind of diverse.
He didn't go like balling out magically crazy till that Disney money when he bought a town. When he bought a town was the beginning of his bankruptcy problems. He was in a city. He had a fantastic meal
He was
at
kinda
a
also
deli,
beating his
and he
wife.
then. But no, that's not true.
Yes.
I legitimately think that's not true. Here's why I think that's not true. Okay? And I know this is very touchy because, man, woman, beating, custody, da, da, da.
I don't know.
Okay.
He was allegedly beating her.
Allegedly, all right? 8 months before, on the JRE, Joe Rogan Experience, someone, won't call his name, but you can, it's really easy to find. He is one of Depp's friends, which I know makes you go, oh, well, he's his friend. He was on the podcast months before anything like even remotely occurred, saying, my friend's in a predicament. Here's the predicament. The predicament was described as such. If he tries to exit, this might happen, this would happen, this has already been pre-recorded. All of the things that was allegedly pre-recorded came out. No, that might maybe just like, a bastard, checking his bases. Physical like checks and medical evaluations show that nothing of the alleged kind of thing occurred. Not to say, oh, maybe like she was roughed up to a 6. No, it wasn't a 6, it was a 3. No, nothing was there. The dog apparently wasn't even in the same county when her alleged stuff occurred. How do you know? Because he has money laundry stuff showing he was like, being a dirty bastard with like hookers and like buying all these stuffs. It settled out of court. There's a lot of stuff in this one, right? That was alleged way before that. After when it occurred and like investigation happened, nothing came of it. And that's why nothing was in the media, and it was settled out of court. So it's one of the things. It's one of those things where you go, ooh, I don't know, but
I just know, so right before them broke up, them they try to smuggle them dog. And I was like,
they tried to snuggle.
If you're going to get in trouble for smuggling something, I
bro,
don't think
he
you should
got
be
a
dogs.
T-Rex skull as a gift. You don't remember that? Tom Hanks sent him a T-Rex skull from Japan.
His
Which
his
when
initials spell
he
thanks.
received it,
Hanks,
he had
thanks.
to return it because it was allegedly stolen. We've spoken about this on the podcast.
I remember.
How the fucking hell do you steal a T-Rex
fossil.
skull.
You know, there's a website that I fuck with that sell fossils, like couple
Yeah, but a
fossils in the
whole
US.
T-Rex skull, my G.
Fuck it, why not? I mean, rich people have really weird
That's
things
true.
that they collect, you know.
You remember I did ask you one time when you go to a city and you like the city, who do you call to buy the town?
I don't know. Who there are islands for sale. You can buy islands. Who do you
Who
call
do you
to
call
buy
to
the
buy the
island?
island?
You watch the Fire Festival documentary?
Pause.
Big up my nigga Andy.
Pause.
Loses most.
Actually, you want to talk about Andy?
No.
Talk about Andy. I'll come back.
Gandhi.
Best friend ever.
Gay Andy. I think every
team needs an Andy.
every team needs somebody who is just as selfless as Andy. Like Andy is the quintessential leader. Like he's ready to just do anything necessary to get the team forward. I mean, Andy was out here ready to suck dick for water. Like, my G, boy, I don't care, gay or not, you can't just be ready to suck dick so quickly just for water. Like, that's ridiculous. But Andy's out here taking one for the team. Big up that nigga. Firefest though, like, I don't know if it felt a way to me in that I kind of had what's the German word, Schadenfreude, join other people suffering. I kind of had that moment in that these little rich kids, if you have the thousands of US dollars that the Firefest tickets cost, you know, and you had that like disposable income to go to a fucking music festival and you get scammed. I mean, I'm like low key bad mind. I like that funny to me. Like, fuck you. You get fucked. Like, that's just how it is. You fell for it. You got gypped. So it go. But after watching the documentary, like the caterer lady, she was amazing. Like, the one who spent, like, she's the only person I felt sorry for in the entire thing. After spending 50 grand of her own money to feed the people and not getting shit out of it. Where did you go, brother?
What?
Where you did go?
Pee?
You really preach like a pregnant woman, innit?
Yeah, no, I was peeing a while ago and like I was like legitimately peeing. Why am I not done? Like, why am I still peeing? And it's not even like a trickly pee where it's like, oh, something's wrong with you or
Pregnant
whatever.
woman.
Bro, it was a strong stream the whole
Pregnant.
time.
Thanks to people really needed to know that.
I love you guys. Behind the scenes podcast. You guys saw me walk off to go take a pee and come back.
Yeah.
Hey, behind the scenes podcast, Bob and Bam.
So,
Are we still talking about Andy?
yeah, I was saying.
MVP of the team of the universe.
Yeah.
Andy didn't even ask.
I was saying that I had a Schadenfreude moment.
Well,
and that
you
if-
had a what moment?
Schadenfreude, join other people suffering.
Okay.
In that if you have the disposable income to buy the fire ticket festival and this should happen to you, fuck you. I know it's bad mind, but fuck you.
Oh no, but even that, you don't mind like big pre with the Andy thing is, right?
Oh.
Okay, Bob. If someone comes to you, right, and they go, yo, I'll write you notes if you give me 5 bills. That's not 5 bills. I'll write you notes if you give me a grand. Grand, enough money that dog, we can't like give you like a 7 bills or 5 bills. Negotiation generally occurs. The man them virgin say,
And
yo.
the gum go rinse out the mouth.
Brother, the man them virgin say, yo, I need you for do this. You have to go, you know. And the dog just goes, I go up, brush my teeth. What did he do before that made him so comfortable
Brother.
to go do that? Like, that is wildness.
Brother.
That is absolute. Brother, think about that. That is absolute. It is madness. It is madness that I can look at my brethren and go, yo, I need this favor. What's the favor? Go suck a cocky. All right, let me go brush my teeth. What have I asked you to do before that like made the concept of that? Okay,
What level of
that is correct.
what level of trust is there, man?
Between me and you, that me now go say, yo,
Yeah.
you did go suck the cocky for the plan for
Like,
bads. That is, in the words of Timmy, bads.
what the fuck?
That is ridiculous.
But big
That
up,
is
big up my
ridiculous,
nigga Andy
man.
out there in
Big up
the
my nigga Andy.
streets.
Big up all the Andys on the team.
Yeah.
MVPs.
Big up the MVP. Big up people willing to put the team on them back.
I clearly am not literally
Or
put the
down
team
them
on his
throat.
back. Literally put the team in him back.
Alright, guys. I think that's the note we're ending on tonight.
I don't want to end.
No, we're ending.
I don't want to end on
I'm
Andy.
hungry. I want to go upstairs, go eat like cream cheese or something.
So ending on gay Andy. Yeah,
Gandhi.
Bono Padua end on Gandhi.
Gandhi.
Yo, shout out, dog. Fuck it. I have no problem. Let's end on Gandhi. We also have to shout out, the fantastic new podcast by Netanya Mundell. Don't know the life of
No
Next
neck.
Next Chats, no necks.
No next.
You can pre her episode with us. No next.
Tanya.
Thank you, Boomdraw Physics, for the outro song. Thank you, Prismatic Verse, for the intro. And you don't know, guys, we love you. Growing the
Big up on
Bandcast.
myself.
No more California.
I have little shout outs. Big up Christine. Cause she listen to every podcast.
Lucky I wasn't going to big you up at Ross.
Big up Black Andrew.
Black Andrew.
Yeah, he's different from Asian Andrew.
I know, but him don't like me, so about him.
He doesn't not like you. He's just like all the other fans who prefer me.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, right in the fields, bitch.
Right in the fields, motherfucker.
Bitch.
Cool, guys.
Who else may I go big up? Big up my mother. Big up Martin mother. Big up all the Funa mother. Make sure to watch up on YouTube. Listen away. But it's at 7 o'clock every Monday morning, something new drop. On everything. We're gonna do that on the YouTube, on the SoundCloud, on the iTunes, on the... What else that is? You're just over there hurting your feelings. Alright guys, we're done. Martin hurt. Bye. At the Bombcast, at Bob Dammit.